Time of day. Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. All right. Another beautiful day at last. At last, at last. Here we are once again, looking forward to having a good day. So for all of those who are tuning in MMU, what's up, what's up? Good to see you guys. Likewise with the YouTube stream. My man Zay C is in the building. Jeffrey, what's going on? Brad, Jessica, good morning. Good to see you. Trap Trader, Joseph, Tamimi, longtime supporter. Hassan, what's up? What's up? Christopher, Maysam, hope you guys are doing all right. Mohammed. Okay, let's jump over to dual screen here and let's see what stocks are moving, right? I got a couple that I like that I do have up top already, right? And we'll go through that list right now. Starting off with VVPR. VVPR not looking too bad. So this one pushed up after hours, really, right? This is where the move started, down there around 47 cents. It pushed up nicely, got all the way to 115, but so far has been pulling back a little bit here today. The reason why I have this one on watch is because I think there might be some opportunities if we can see a red to green. Now, it's not going to be my main watch list stock, but this one is leading the way percentage-wise, up 58%, 4 million shares of volume, 9 million shares in the float. It's not going to be my main stock, but it's one I'm going to keep here on Thinkorswim, so I have it saved in my recent list. All right, so we'll come back to it and we'll talk about trend lines. In fact, you know what? Let's put some trend lines right now. All right, let's put some trend lines right now. So of course, yesterday's high after hours, 115. That is a level that I do like. Did I just get a message? Or was that an at? Notorious, man. Yeah, notorious. I go live in Discord for the MMU members. Anyhows, so we got 115, right? Yesterday's highs. Coming on to the daily chart, right? We'll talk about pre-market highs here in a sec. Looking at the daily chart, let's see, going back to the 8th, today's the 16th, so 8 days ago, we got a high of 89 cents, and that was slightly above the 200 EMA. So the 200 EMA, currently it's 78. You know, two levels to keep an eye on. If this thing does curl back up, we could see some potential resistance, right? In fact, it's at 78.82, which, you know, we're trading in between the 100 of the cents here. So yeah, you know, not bad, right? This gives us a benchmark target at least. If the stock does decide to move, you know, can we get back above 78, get back above VWAP? Can we break the pre-market highs and can we continue to push? So this gives us something to look at if this one does decide to move. But moving on to the big stocks, the big boy stocks so far here pre-market. So coming down on the list, if we go back to the scan, we got, what is this? GDC. This one I think is moving up recently. Yeah, GDC, let's take a look at it. So up 51%, 5 million shares of volume, and less than 1 million share in the float. All right, GDC. I want to believe this is also a former runner. The name sounds quite familiar. Yes, it is. So it had a big red candle. Not great. So if you pull up your daily charts, of course, and you go back to the second, right? This is why the name sounds familiar, because it was recently in play. So it's a former runner. We gapped up nicely. We had a high of 1709, and then it closed at 321. This is not great. What this tells me is that this one might pop and drop. Maybe it's already on the backside. It's possible. But it's still early, you know, can it get to, let's say, $8 and then, you know, maybe it's finished? So we'll keep an eye. Let's put some trend lines. We'll see what it does. So we got 746 for highs. And by the way, for those of you watching on YouTube, at times I'll use my E-Trade daily chart, which is this one right here. Other times I'll use Thinkorswim's, which is of course on the main screen right down here, right? And why am I seeing two different candles here? This one actually closed green, 44. So E-Trade is showing me this big red candle here. Is this the second? This is the 10th, 28. Why is the dates looking like this? 26, 27, 28. The first. Okay, oh, I see. So I'm only seeing this. Okay, so this changes things. And you see, this is why, you know, to be honest, I actually like having more than one brokers because I can see different things. E-Trade is not showing me this big green candle. That's right here. It's just showing this big red candle. So that changes things a little bit. Now I look at the stock a little differently. I actually think it's a little bit more bullish. So, okay. All right. So we actually had to move all the way to 44 before it pulled back and then sold off. So, you know, much better, right? Much so, you know, today, again, can we get up there to 8, maybe 9, maybe 10? It seems like this one has range whenever it gets ready. So, you know, I'll be keeping an eye out. Our very first high of day before the pullback was 680. That is the level I'll keep an eye on. Right now we are slightly below 680. We're currently 660 for lows. And the low of this move here from 7 a.m. has been 640. So at worst case, we got to hold up above 640 here. Moving on to the daily chart once again. We got a couple of high points. So we got 1064. Going back to this range where we had these big moves. 1064 followed by 1709. Is it possible to get back to 1709 today? We have been seeing some incredible momentum, so, you know, who knows? And of course, if it's really crazy, you know, $44, right? That would be nice. Although, I don't think it'll be likely. We can zoom out. Is there anything else here? Yeah, there's a couple of candles. So going back to October, we had a high point around 1379. That's the last level I'll map out here. MMU chat. Okay, great. So GDC looking nice, right? There are levels here that we're watching at, and so this is good. This is good. We got range. We got gaps to fill, pockets where the stock could push up before resistance. So not bad. Moving on. So we already looked at VVPR. There's APLD, and you guys will notice that I'm skipping over the warrants, the stocks that are ending with the W, 5 symbols, right? So APLD up 44%, currently around 490, 6 million shares of volume, 46 million shares in the float. APLD. As you guys will see, every single day the routine is the same, right? We want to show up on time first and foremost. And then I click on these stocks, I check out, you know, the patterns that we're seeing, and then I look at, you know, for trend lines, right? More importantly, trend lines and you know, where are our EMAs and moving averages? Because I'm not too much of a pre-market trader, although I could trade pre-market. I prefer to wait for the open. I feel like it best suits my style, having more liquidity. But yeah, you know, so right now, okay, this one looks like I've looked at it recently as well. I'm gonna get rid of some of these trend lines here, less relevant, down below. Then I also have PHIO. Do I want to look at this one? Where is it at? It looks like it sold off a little bit. Anyhow, APLD. Yeah, let's get rid of a few trend lines down here. If it pulls back to these levels, then I'm just not interested. You know, we're too far removed. So I'm going to clean up the charting a little bit. Where are we? We're around $5. Even this one here, 333, is no longer relevant. So I got 416 and 502. If you guys pull up your daily charts and you go back to June 8 and then June, what's May? It looks like it's May. Okay, June 1st. So June 1st, you know, we had this like triple top, lighter volume area around 495. And before that, it pulled back. We had a high point of 16. 416 might not be as relevant, actually. I might remove this trend line here as well. So making some adjustments. So we got 502, you know, basically 495 area. And then, you know, the high of the range going back to October was 570. I want to look at this on E-Trade. APLD. Well, E-Trade isn't even showing any data. Not good. I don't know what's up with these daily charts, like why sometimes they don't show data and then they do. I mean, it's pretty weird, pretty inconsistent, really. If I'm using one broker, it's like my analysis would be thrown off, you know, which some of you guys are using one broker. So, you know, if the broker isn't accurate with the data, that alone can be the difference on how we approach the stock, good or bad, all right? Anytime my nose gets a little stuffy, I'll just walk off screen and deal with it. GSIT, is it in play again today? I gotta have some good posture here, man. Gotta not, you know, invite any back pain here. So coming down on the list, I had PHIO, but it seems like it's well, it's still a little sideways. Do we have anything else that's, you know, looking better? So let's see. Float is too high on TRKA. Might not be as obvious. Volume is too light. Warrant. This one is 17 cents. No good. Too cheap. Yeah, so PHIO is the last one, and it's 23. So after this one, we'll wrap it up. I'll write up the watch list. I haven't really been doing this much these last couple of days. Let's do it quickly here. APLD, GDC, PHIO, we'll talk about right now, and VVPR as a maybe. Let me see how GSIT is looking, because of course this one, oh yeah, we kind of had a big sell-off. Likewise with the first day too, but you know, I don't know if we'll curl back up again. We'll have to wait and see. If it hits the scans, you can always check it out. There's the alarm for the screen recording. So it's the perfect time to just take a break and make sure that the screen is being the other screen, right? The one with the level 2s and stuff. So we can study up later. Okay, there we go. Since the 8th? Has it really been since the 8th? Wow, this is ridiculous. It's also why it's important to be on time, right? Because when you're ahead of the game, you know, you can think of everything. If you're rushing, then, you know, not good. Uh-oh. Let's edit this. Yeah, you don't want to be rushing, right? I don't really consider myself being late, but sometimes time is of the essence. Time is of the essence. And I'll post it to YouTube as well. That watch list page there is good for if you want to go and back test something. Like if you want to go back test the strategy on Thinkorswim on demand, where you can go back and trade any day, right? Over like the last year or so. It's pretty good. But anyhow, yeah, continuing, let's wrap it up here quickly. PHIO pre-market high is 525. Let's see, the low of the pullback here so far. We got, I'd say I'll watch, 415. Why did that happen? 415. And can we get back above VWAP? So we're seeing an ABCD here, right? We're seeing this W. Can we get back above this midpoint, 460, right at VWAP? This looks decent. Right, 460, it looks decent. So we'll see how this does. If volume gets into it, could be something good. All right. Guys, if you're tuning in on YouTube, don't forget, I haven't been saying this much recently as well. Be sure to hit the thumbs up, all right? Hit the thumbs up, support the channel, support your favorite YouTuber here, Relentless Trader, all right? So yeah, PHIO, the daily chart. Is there anything here that we need to see? Yes, there is. There's a couple of candlesticks that are important. So first, I'm seeing the 200 EMA at 657. That could be potential resistance. Next, there's a candle on the 18th of last month that had a high of 1227. Big move and then back down. Going back to January 6th, we had a high point of 942, which could also potentially be an area of interest, right? So we got a couple of trend lines coming up. 1227, 942, and 657, the 200 EMA. That's the street cleaner. That's what all that noise is. It's going by. Okay, which one is the most obvious here into the open as the 2-minute warning is coming up? Maybe GDC. APLD also looks interesting, but I'll watch GDC. We'll be quick to switch if we need to. So there's the 2-minute warning, right? And we'll talk about the game plan here. So as usual, it's another beautiful day. 65 degrees outside, so it is nice outside. I'll say that, but it's always better to be inside trading, right? So we're coming in. It's the same routine here, right? Discipline is always key. We got to be disciplined. We got to look forward to trading the A quality patterns and edges that we know and love. And we have to be very courageous in taking those trades, because sometimes we are a little fearful. We are worried about the risk, and it's all right to be cautious, but we also have to have that balance where we're not too fearful and then we don't hit the buy button and we're getting in higher and we're chasing, right? So we have to remain disciplined. We have to be courageous. We have to manage risk. Let's be the best managers that we can be. Let's look forward to a good day. And again, let's trade A quality setups, all right? Let's be patient. We don't have to hit the buy button right away. Let's wait for what we want and then assess accordingly. Let's have a plan, a profit target, and a stop loss as we're entering into our positions. And in doing so, we'll give ourselves a good chance. In doing these things, we'll give ourselves a good chance of having a successful day. All right, the aim here is to end green, as we know. Other than that, remember that our disclaimer, right? Day trading is risky. A lot of people are having a hard time. So if you are new to the markets, it's best to trade in a simulator before using actual cash, right? At the very least, use risk money that if you lose it all right here, right now, it does not affect your livelihood or your lifestyle. Remember that my results are not typical. Do not, I repeat, do not blindly copy me. That is a recipe for disaster, right? You got to understand the strategy for yourself in order to be successful, all right? Lastly, I do not invest money for my subscribers, so be careful with any fake accounts trying to impersonate me. I will never message you first. I will never ask for personal information, and I will never ask for money, all right? Trade smart, trade setups. Here we go. So GDC, we got a high of 625, low of 95. 725 for highs, not a bad start. It does have some range to it. My level 2 seems to be lagging a little bit. Might have missed an entry there. There are sellers. Can we hold? No, it looks like it's Titanicing. Yeah. It's going to flush down. Not good. I did miss a trade there, unfortunately. It could have probably been green overall. But it's going to flush down. There are a few sellers hanging out around 750. By the way, let's mute the, I don't know why it keeps changing. We'll mute the audio. So GDC, not a bad one to, that first minute, but minute number 2, right to the depths. I could have still been a little bit more aggressive to buy 25, but that's all good. I'm watching at PHIO right here. We'll see if this one does get started. Can we see a breakthrough 20? We're also seeing some weakness. Uh-oh. We're also seeing some weakness. It's gonna break out but by a lot, not just a 1-2 cent breakout. I'm in a little high there. I'm gonna try it again. We'll see what it does here. In at 22. Will it continue? PHIO. Great fill right there. Will it continue? PHIO through 50. I'll pull it up here in a sec. The low was 28. It's a little spready for a cheap stock. I'll pull it on screen a little bit here. Watching for the red to green. Jeez. Great pullback trade. But it didn't continue. Is it going to hold up here again? Probably. I'll give it a shot. Tight stop. It has such a range to it, this one. High of the current candle is 40. Will we see buyers over this level again for the retest to 50? I'll get back in if I have to. Over 40 for the 1 minute candle to make a new high. Could have held it a little longer, but I'm not seeing the volume I want to see on the buy side. So there's a low again. 23. And then 03. Not good. Flushing down. GDC. I'm sorry those trades were off screen. I couldn't take the chance of moving my hand off the buy button. The other one, I made money from this red candle here that pulled back 4,000 shares on the bottom here at like 28 average and selling above 40 and 50. The second 1 minute dip here is not going to hold. So GDC, I'll be patient. We have to wait for red to green. Guys, can we get up to 300 likes today? Today I have a huge favor to ask the audience. Even for those of you in Discord, for every Discord member, right? I'm going to type it in there. Head over to the YouTube channel, hit the thumbs up. Goodness. I gotta sneeze. When have I not had a cold, right? I mean, this is ridiculous. It's year round. It doesn't go away. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, guys. Hit the thumbs up. If you're tuning in on YouTube, hit the thumbs up. Today's goal, 300 likes. 300 likes. I think we can do it. I will watch GDC over 690, break of 7. If it gets back up there, I would be interested. PHIO. Actually, it seems to be holding up. Watching for more volume. I'll give it a sec. Not as confident here as I should be. So I need to ease off. The new 5-minute candle is a couple of minutes away. We do have a high-day volume and a red candle on the 5. So got to be careful. Probably should size down as well until it shows a little bit more strength and get back above VWAP. And hopefully hold above it this time. APLD. APLD. No. It's APLD. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, back down. I felt like I was holding it too long right there too. It wasn't pulling away to 85, 90 like it should have been. So a loss of $60 in that one. Not great. Failed red to green. The stocks have not really been doing a great job holding above certain levels like VWAP once they go below. So I'm hoping GDC and even PHIO, if it curls back up, we can, show some strength in this area. MICS. Likewise, for those of you on Twitch and Facebook, be sure to hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I go live every weekday morning. The channel hasn't been growing recently because, hold on, hold that thought. Oh my goodness, this spread is huge. Sometimes I just buy market assuming the spread is tight, and then that's not the case. They filled me at 70 there, great. I sold before the drop and they filled me below. So I'm now down $400 on GDC. Not good. Not good at all. Yeah, I was saying that the channel hasn't been growing because I had deleted, or let's say more like private, right? I put a bunch of videos on private, which in the eyes of YouTube is essentially me deleting videos. And when you do that, let's give this a chance. Nice. Can we see a good dip? No, it looks like it'll get halted up. PHIO potential halt up 73. It looks like it'll get locked in here. And we are locked in. GDC, again, let's quickly talk about this losing trade here. I did say 490. I was interested, but I just also said that we're not doing very well above VWAP. I don't know. Just trying again. I think I'll leave it alone this time and wait until it gets over 7 and can hold above 7. I just leave it alone. Likewise with APLD, it's also struggling in the same area. Trying to get above this white line and having a hard time. So GDC, what is it going to be this time? Do not fail me again here, please. Oh. I tried selling at 18 on the ask. Okay, I'm done with this stock. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I should have just marked it out at 6 and took the $60. GDC and APLD moving in tandem here, struggling over VWAP. So at this time I said, okay, I'm gonna wait for it to hold over 7 to see if it'll be more safe. It does that exactly. So in waiting for it to hold over 7, I missed the entry at 690, which I took last time. That didn't work. And then break of 7, I'm up 18 cents unrealized. It still flushes down. Great. Well, not good. We're green, but losing $500 in the process. So what are we green? 500? Come on. Let's get these two stocks off the screen. So I'll have to be careful here. We're not where we would want to be. So we got to be accurate here, right? Not a lot of room for error moving forward. I need to stop doing that though. I could have marketed out. I have my thinkorswim set up to where I can get out of the trade, but thinking it was doing a good job above 7, felt confident to hold to get the fill, thinking it would just dip down and then bounce right back up. Instead, it flushes. When the spreads are tight, I'm never in that situation because I'll just mark it out. But when the spreads are off, I'm trying to get the best fill coming out. There is a risk. Anyhows, how much time do we have left here? 45 and 30 seconds for resumption. What is the overall market looking like, by the way? Are we red? Are we green? I think they might have some small data that came out or sideways. So I'm going to only use 1,500 shares. I have 3,000 ready to go. But, we can't afford to take losses right now with that type of size. So I'll risk appropriately. I'll use 1,500 and then I'll increase again if I can connect. PHIO. We have about a minute and 10 seconds to resumption. And GDC, the trades there are so close. It's hard to watch back this type of price action in the study sessions because I see that it's like if things were just slightly different, I can be in and then it's a nice winning trade. Level 2 lagging slightly, should have still been a little bit more aggressive to take that early entry for 20 cents. But anyhow, it's 30 seconds to resumption. Cutting the chatter. 473. What will it be? There's room to 525 here. I have marked out at the pre-market highs. 15 seconds. 5, 94. Here we go. No. Can we see the break of 90? 62. It's struggling. I'll ease off. Yes, there's the drop. There's not supposed to be that long unfortunate for me too, getting back in like that. There's not supposed to be a long hesitation there at that low. It's supposed to already be bouncing. Not good. Not good. I think it's time for me to size down and just wait now. This was the last hope, to see something here in this early morning. So we might have to wait till 10 a.m. until we shake out this, shake out this weakness. It opens up the first entry I took. As it opens up, the other one is back over 7 again. GDC. It opens up. The price action is sideways. I see a little bit of buying coming in. So I'm like, okay, are we going to get the rip right through 5? So I try to take break of 90, but it doesn't go. Dips to 60. Seems like it's holding, so I'm in. It doesn't go. And then trying again was a mistake because I could have gotten caught in the flush. But luckily we got out before. GDC, we have to get over 718. Is there anything else moving? Let's check the scans. MICS was mentioned earlier, right? Getting halted. Well, yeah, I need to be trading this one. It's these stocks that I'm watching at right now to the depths. So I'm going to miss the high of day over 22. We got a high of 35. Is it failing here? It looks like it might be. 22. The other one got over 718, but right back down again. What a disaster. I mean, some people are probably green, but, still, like, very choppy. So we held 22 on MICS. What are the daily levels looking like? 200 EMA, 397. I like the volume we're seeing here, but it's fluctuating. The other one is going, but is it holding up this time? Do not flush down on me here. If it's, yeah. Why do I even bother? Why did I even try it? And it's holding up. I need to just take it off my screen and put it on my no trade list. And now it's getting halted up. What a stock. I mean, what a stock. Not easy. It's never easy, but I mean, crazy. So MICS, can we see a drop here? Every time I touch it, I just lose money. There's 9. I kind of want to see more of a pullback here, to be honest. For 5-minute setup. VWAP 96. But I don't know if it'll pull back that much though. But I'll be patient. GDC, the dip here again, it looks interesting, but the stock is just so tricky to trade. I'll take a starter here, and then I'll get back in if it needs a new low. Okay, it looks like it does. All right. The VWAP is what, 96? Took so many losses today, man. So again, this could be a good trade here. We need to be accurate though. It could come lower, but I want to hold this back. I'll average into it, or maybe even re-average, and I'll try to hold this to high of day at 35. If we look at our 5-minute volume profile, this looks great. 20,000 share buyer 09. Good sign. I'll get back in. That might have been a very poor sell. Probably, more than likely. Shouldn't have sold there. Yeah, I should not have sold there. That was a poor sell. I thought it might have pulled back again. That was not a good sell. Well, I'm gonna ruin that trade there, which is not good. So here we are. If it pulls back on the 1 minute, I'll take it again. But I'll be in higher, of course. But we'll see what it does. Look at GDC, man. Just get this stock out of here already. Hopefully it goes to the depths and never returns. Down 5.25 at 10 cents on the stock. If this needs lower, which it probably might, let's see if it double bottoms. Something more dramatic would be good though. Time 53. So hopefully either a tight new low or a double bottom would be great here. But there's buyers coming in, and of course they'll fill me on the ask. Lovely, great. They love doing this to me, man. What's the low? 6. I will try and do this trade the right time this time around, right? Not the nonsense that I just did selling so early. But we'll see. I am in higher this time, unfortunately. So 6 was an ad. Well, we'll see if it gives the follow through back to the highs. Is what I'm hoping for here. High of the current 5-minute candle is 22. Another potential area that we might see buying being is the 5-minute candle making a new high in 20 seconds. I'm going to add back right here. Let's see. Crap. The new candle. There it is. Oh, that was a great breakout. Yeah. Wow. All right, we got to get green here. 42. Doesn't want to come down, does it? And that was a really good move through 35. The only bad thing is that it's coming right back down so fast. I gotta hold it longer to get a better move, selling what you ask. We'll see if it pulls back again, hopefully. If not, I kind of already, you know, missed it. 1,000 shares down there wasn't good enough. That was good. Do not Titanic here. There's a bid. We'll try it again. Jeez Louise. I haven't really been getting the best experience with these big bids. It might dip back below 17. I'll try it one last time. Hopefully third tries the charm here. Am I the only person still looking at their hotkeys, like as if I don't know the keyboard already? I don't know why I still do that. I might add here. Here's the ad. Now watching for a high of day. Now that's how we take the dip. Now can we get another big boost through the highs? I'll add back again if we can. If we get another big boost like what we just saw, I'll add back again. Is this it? Well, okay, okay. I was actually a little uncertain there. We might rip right through 50 here. Give it a sec. Give it a sec. Waiting. Jeez. I tried 35 minute 42. Come on. Think or swim. At least give me a fortunate fill every now and again. Jeez Louise. There's no way that many people are buying before me. Am I that slow here? Am I really that slow, or is this think or swim just, taking some money from me? Or both? Maybe both. I'm watching here. There, oh, not quite. There's a seller there. Didn't quite break. I'll take a loss in the second position. Miguel, nice trades, man. Really nicely done. Great day. I wouldn't mind seeing a bigger pullback here at this point. It's having trouble at 50 and there's a seller. If it pulls back, it'll be good, I think. Although I'd size down for the pullback, as usual. P&L, we're at 889. I can push more size for sure. I can definitely push more size. Waiting patiently. Yet again, if we pull back, gotta be. If it pulls back, I have to be very accurate with buying the low. But maybe it just goes instead. We'll see what it does here. 43. A big bid could be good in this type of situation here, being that it's consolidating high. But can we get the retest of the highs? There's now a seller here. Yeah, we might see the pullback. The sellers at 50, they don't seem like they're that big. It's just, maybe lack of buying as we get to that exact price is why I'm thinking we might need to see the pullback. So we got 35 right there for the lows. It shouldn't be pulling back anything more than this, I hope, for my sake. Titanic. I'll put a backstop this time, that way I can hold longer. Just a couple cents stop. Who the heck is outside talking, man? Well, they know I'm trading here today. That's the type of respect we demand whilst trading. The entire neighborhood must be quiet. $20, VWAP's at 12. High was 50, that's a 30-cent drop. Lower. I'm gonna buy that. It better not fail here. If it does, I'm in trouble. My average is 18. It needs to slingshot here. Yeah. It needs to slingshot just like that. I could have done well there if I didn't buy back and waited. It needs to sling. I might add here, actually. I might add here. If volume comes, I'll add. Because if it's good, we should push right to 35. But we are seeing some red, though. You know, when we were up at 40, 50, my initial instinct was 15 for the low, 215. But then I told myself, no, that's way too low. I said it more than likely will be 20, like low 20s, right? Low 20s. It's so hard to tell. Back over 30 should be good, though, if we can hold up here. I think a retest of those lows might be failing. Might be the stock failing. GDC, once again, GDC, but not touching it this time. No, this is now on my no trade list today. Like it should have been after the third loss, down 350 or whatever it was. I don't think we should be retesting these lows here, so I'm not going to buy this dip. Some people might, more aggressive traders, so we'll see if it does hold up. I can always get in a little higher. So far it's holding up, but for how long? Doesn't seem like it wants to crack down. Still being patient though. I don't know if it's on. I don't think this one is. Well, let's say I don't know if it's finished. It might be one of those much bigger pullbacks before it curls up. Is what might happen here. You know, the stock goes down to like 195 and then out of nowhere it's back up. Yeah, I see GDC again. Very skeptical. We read 525 there. Mm-mm-mm. What this does to me though, it's tricky. Like I just said, it's on my no trade list today. What happens if it gets halted up and it keeps moving up, right? I really dislike that type of stuff when that happens. It puts me in a tricky position. There could still be opportunities, but I've been struggling on it. But you have to choose, right? And you can't be in between. It's one or the other. So MICS, yeah, still watching here. Maybe it does hold up here at VWAP. It seemed pretty oversold here already. But we have had a big move. We had the halt and then the continuation. Is it worth the starter here? I'm gonna throw out 700 shares here below VWAP. 500 shares rather at oh 07. Tight stop of just 3-4 cents to see if this is where it bottoms out. And if not, then I just take a small loss. And if it does not curl back up from here, then we can see a nice 10, 15, 20 cent winner. But tight stop. Who knows? Maybe it could go down to 195 area, right? GDC strikes again. GDC. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. No, if it just keeps fooling me, then I don't know what to say. Maybe I'm just in denial. Maybe I'm insane, right? By the way, today we have a like goal of 300 likes. 300 likes on YouTube. We have over 400 people here consistently every single day. We're supposed to be able to do 300 likes in our sleep. So be sure to hit the thumbs up, support the channel, and it's one of the best ways really to support the channel, hitting the thumbs up. So I do appreciate it. Do I want to hold this? Where are those bulls? Where are those bulls? Can we see the push through 215, 220 off these lows? Where's KB, man? KB, where are you? KB's been MIA these days. Yeah, that'll be a scratch trade. I have no paper towel left. Not good. Paper hands, man. My paper hands. Paper hands, relentless. Even with 500 shares, it doesn't hold. Why? Now, if this does crawl back up, it might be able to, right? It's a possibility here. The good thing is that we can scalp it. 15, there's some buying coming in. There's a small seller there though, but it's pushing up. And this is where that trade starts to look decent if I'm still holding it. Paper hands. Paper hands. But it has to get through 20 to really look good. Shout out to Wrong Bet. A nice day. Locking it in. Tiny. 658 on the day. Nicely done. How are we doing on YouTube? Right now, we're at 397 viewers, 180 likes. Guys, be sure to hit the thumbs up. Uh-oh. Be sure to hit the thumbs up. So far, so good here today. Right now, we're just waiting. $280p. It really is. It showing in 280p. Yeah, it's getting close to 10:30 though. So, a lot of people will be heading out soon. Heading out to the day job. Taking on the other business or project for the day. Most people will only trade the first hour, or let's say some people will trade the first hour and then head out. I might be here till 12 again, depending on how things are looking. So we got 217, 218 MICS. Slow and steady here. Slow and steady MICS. GDC once again curling back up. Now it's 735 on the ask. How's PHIO doing, by the way? Curled up a little bit, but back down. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to stay hydrated. The GDC has, I think the downside risk is just as high as the upside potential. So you have to be really high, your accuracy has to be really high. If your accuracy is really high, then you can still be green there, but you gotta watch out for the drops. It's not that it's not moving, right? It has a huge range, it's up and then down. So, but the volatility there provides opportunity. I just haven't been very accurate. Danny P with a red to green, Eric Green with a nice day. Waiting patiently. First 5 minute candle to make the new high was at 17 MICS. So far, so good. Still waiting for the volume to get back into it. Joseph, green on SPY. Kendo, how long did it take for me to get confident to be able to make money? I've never really been the person that like had defining moments where I could say for sure, like, yeah, this was the day or this was the month. It's always just been slow and steady for me. Like I remember talking to Marcelo the first time he was turning the corner. He's like RT, like I think I figured it out. Like, for me, it's never been that way. It's just been slow and steady. So it's just been gradual, right? Coming in every day, trying to trust myself to be disciplined, trying to build the muscle of discipline, uh, to always do what's right in the moment. Cutting the losses, hitting the buy button. It took time for sure. And something I had to do was use small share sizes, like, 200 shares, 300 shares, just to try to, like, put myself out there without taking on a lot of risk. And once I saw those trades connecting, it then gave me confidence to then be able to put out more size. I've been pretty unfortunate though that a lot of the days where I put out a huge size, I happen to end red, right? And a lot of that is because of the hesitation, knowing I'm going in with more weight, not trading the exact same. The key once you're already profitable with small size to size up is to do exactly what you're doing without any difference with just more shares. It's not like the day job where we have to do overtime. You're hitting the same buy button. The computer is calculating the trade at the same speed, essentially, unless your share size is just way, way crazy, right? 50 shares and 2,500 shares will be filled at the same speed on this platform. But mentally, are you willing to just, take the same trades and be in just as quick, out just as quick? So it's been gradual, slow and steady. GDC is what I'm watching at here, and I'll pull it on the screen. I don't know if I'll touch it. Man, we meet again. The crossroads. The first thing I'm doing is coming down to 300 shares here, just in case I get tempted. If there's an A quality opportunity, maybe, but it has to prove strength here without flushing down again. Like, can we get over 820, without like a big flush again? That way we can buck the trend of up and then down, and maybe we get into a steady, upwards move, right? Can we hold above 750 area? Nice. Can we push through 8 right here? Moment of truth coming up. And I'm not going to touch the dip either. I'm just going to let it prove its strength. I'm willing to miss the trade for sake of confirmation here. And then I'll get involved really small size and then increase share size if I can connect. This spread is going to be an issue for scalp trades. Certain areas could still work. Maybe break of 8 could work. Maybe it pushes to 825 or something. But it could be a problem because we're seeing about a 7-8 cent spread at times. Meaning I'll be filled on the ask and out on the bids. I'll lose 8 cents automatically for each time I hit the buy button. So I'll have to be patient for pullbacks and buy the bid as I'm going in a trade. That's the adjustment that I'm seeing here as I'm looking at this particular price range. It's how I want to adjust to this stock at this point in time. So this is if it gets above 8, don't flush down and can hold up its levels, then I'll give it a try again. Small size. If I go down 600 on this name, $75 of room, then max loss, and then that's it. I refuse to just keep giving back on it, right? So no room for error. I need winning trades if I start to trade it, if it gets to the right area. $97. There's 8. New sellers, not quite pushing through. We do have, I think, high of day volume here. So there's 811, 813 for the highs. 1.9, 2.1. So right here is where we cannot afford to see a flush all the way back down to where we came from, down to like 8, what's that, 720, 730. So previous high of day, 83. So if we get a reasonable pullback, that's fair. Nothing, too dramatic. I can take it and keep watching. But we'll see how it does if it gives an entry here. But so far, we're trending up nicely. A lot of buyers are getting in. Still gonna be patient though. Not gonna jump the gun. It seems like it's holding high above 8 here. I wanted below 8. Didn't get back below 810, so I'm not in. We'll see. Maybe it comes down again on this red candle here. Hopefully. If not, I've already missed the dip. Yeah, it looks like I've already missed the dip. Okay, that's all right. We'll see what continues to do here. Does it want a new high? Looks like it does. That is a 50-cent trade if you're in 805, right? 810, 40-cent trade. Might get halted up here. Seeing some big bids really high. The halt is at 902. There it is. Maybe I'm not aggressive as I need to be. As aggressive as I need to be. I could have jumped in there knowing that that was possibly an outcome. Okay, so there's the halt. We're locked in. And we'll see what happens in 5 minutes. Uh, mm-mm-mm. Trade down at 804, man. The trade down at 804. Such a good trade. 3-bar play. Didn't quite make the new high. Pulled back and then ripped. I did see 25 holding as well, but wanted to, at that point not watching for 804 again, if possible. I'm on my heels here, which is not good. I gotta change the narrative quick, or else it's to the depths with me in the stock. It's been very strong these last, couple of minutes, ever since it broke over 750, really, the last time around in this area here. So, are we a little extended here? I think so. But it's a resumption trade. It can go up again into another halt. I'll use my best discretion. I'll watch the price action. If it looks good, I'll take it. If not, I'll just wait. Maybe there's a nice pullback coming. But we'll see. Again, though, it's important that I'm accurate. We need winning trades. The small things, man. You know, I already had in my mind anything below $8 I'm buying. And you know, high of day was at 783. All right. So I'm like anything below $8, I'll buy. I was too low for my analysis and ended up missing the trade. So that's the difference of me getting a nice 30-cent win, right? If it breaks below 8 right here, I'm buying, you know, maybe 95, 92. Stop is at 80, of course, at the previous high. Crispy trades at the diner. Beam down on the day, down 329. What's the time for this resumption? 34, 16 seconds for resumption. This is where the day. This is where the day officially starts. It's time to get back on the aggressive side of things here. No pressure. A nice clean resumption trade, and then we're off to the races. We wait for the next pullback. We watch to see where the pullback goes. And then Relentless Trader is long. I can already see myself having these nice green trades. You gotta manifest, right? Just like the coupon code for MMU. All right. Positive affirmations here. Was that clean or not? Right? Let me know. 2 minutes. 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes. This is where it starts. Small size, limited risk. We're already fairly green on the day. Now it's just time to push ourselves and make back some losses on this stock. Better late than never. Better late than never. Better late than never. $34.16. Less than a minute. We do have room to the upside. 1064. 1064 and 1379. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Here we go. Will we see another dip? I should have not hit bits there, so nice 20 cents gone. There's a bid. Let's see how it does. Right back down. No good. Well, it's holding above it. Decent fill with that type of spread. We'll take the 15 cents. Can we see the new high of day back through 50? Well, it's holding. What type of poor fill was that? On the 88 for high of day. This is it. Can we see the breakout? Not quite. We need another pullback low, 12, 45, 44. Nice fill. To the moon. No, it's still churning. Watching 80 this time. Maybe we'll have a little bit more volume higher. Or do we need to pull back again? We might need to pull back if we don't get over 70 quick. Yeah. Titanic. Give us the big drop here. So that Relentless trader can buy it up. Again, it hasn't been flushing like how it was earlier, so we'll see. It's taking forever, so it needs to drop. Come on down, the price is right. But how low are we gonna go? Well, it didn't take 40. It's gonna hold there. Ay, ay, ay. And now I'm on my heels, not taking it. Kicking myself there for that one. Disappointing. We got a high of 1030. The halt up is at 53. Man. You know, my problem on the stock ever since 750 has been, you know, expectations versus what's actually happening. And 940 is what happened. I saw it, I had way more than enough time to buy. Didn't take it. So you gotta trust the price action, even if it's holding really high. $804. Oh, not good. Well, back to square one. And a little too late. Didn't expect this type of a drop here, but it's what we're gonna get. 940. I also did not size down there, which I kind of overlooked. Low, 40 again, still holding up. Ay, ay, ay. Is it backside? It might be. Mm-mm-mm. It looks like it's backside. That 1 minute pullback is not going to hold up at all. Of course, previous high of day again, 980 to the depths. See, this type of loss is completely fine if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing on the way up. You know, being up 2 grand and giving back 500, no problem. But not when I'm flat and then I'm just going back red. It looks like it's not on backside. So, green day of 1000, not the best green day it could have been, but green is green. Ay, ay, ay. Mm-mm-mm. To the depths, to the depths, to the depths, to the depths. It's still early. It's 10:40. I don't know if anything else will give a move though. You know, it's like this. I kind of have this problem where, okay, I did get going there, which was good. But when I miss the first entry in a sequence, I always start to then, either just hesitate or not take the trades that's coming, which isn't good. Because I missed 940, right? I thought it would have been a bigger pullback. Once it gets back up to like 70, 70 was a trigger point, which I've already mentioned, for the long for the new high, which I then did not take because I know I missed 40. It's like lingering in my mind, like, like I should have already been in it. And then adding here, but an add spot is still a buy spot. So from 970, missing those trades up to 10, the break of 10, not quite getting to connect, and also not being, confident enough to be back in it. This is how this is what you call botching a sequence. So the loss towards the end is usually going to happen because we don't know when the stock is going to stop, right? Like it could have went all the way to 12 before stopping. So this is normal to have a loss like this. It's what we call a haircut off the top. But you want to definitely capitalize on every area going up so that you're nicely situated. By the time this loss comes, who cares? Also, there's the discrepancy of having to use small size to get back green because I'm already so red to start. So that there's not even a balance there, which isn't good. I don't trust it unless it gets back over high of day. I think short sellers might be in control right now. We have high of day volume on a topping candle towards a potential resistance. It didn't quite get all the way there, but close enough, right? 50 versus 64. So unless it makes a new high, I think short sellers might be in control here. And this could be a good short. The thing did come all the way from $6. So risking $1 a share right here, if I have shares available to potentially make $3 a share, I think is a good trade. Unless it breaks over high of day, of course, where it's a different story. So short at 950 is a good entry for me, and how I would approach this for $1 a share stop at 1050 and potential rewards below VWAP and then low of day for the rest of the day. Assuming, of course, it is on the backside of the move. Relentless trader, when will he learn? When will he learn? If the stock did trade like my expectations, like in terms of where I thought the pullbacks should have been, that type of stuff, I would have for sure been up like 1,000 plus, like for sure, guaranteed. I would have increased size much sooner. But no excuse, again, we need to react a little bit better to what we're seeing versus what we're thinking should happen. Sometimes the pullbacks they just naturally hold higher. The stock can go up $1 a share, it only dips 15 cents. You'd think it'd be a 30-cent pullback, but 15 cents, if that's where the buyers are coming in, then that's where the buyers are coming in. Yeah, APLD, we'll see. It's a nice red to green so far. 518 is the level to really watch for me. MICS on the other hand, Titanic, PHIO rejecting VWAP. We'll see. This is a good consolidation here. The lows were at 88. Waiting patiently. We'll see what this one does. Yeah, I'll probably be here till 12 o'clock again, right? So I'll probably stream till 11:30. Is there a hidden seller here? It seems like it's having some trouble. 85, 95. This is also right into a daily level, as we know. So there could be some short sellers indeed. There's a push over. I'd stop here in case this wants to go lower. I can re-average for this low of this pullback. 88, 87, 83. Small size, just kind of feeling it out. I'm a little late to the show here, so doing some reconnaissance before getting involved for real. I wonder if it needs a bigger pullback. I'm leaning to it needing a bigger pullback. Let's see. I mean, this is actually like the third or fourth time down here. So let's see, 1, then 2, 3. Oh, this is the third time, which isn't really good for me. VWAP 75. Probably not. I mean, maybe we'll see. Maybe it does hold here. The way how the VWAP is, it's like a little tricky. Yeah, so it's curling back. Are we going to be able to hold above 5? Taking an entry just to see. There's 10. Okay, not bad. There's a bid in there. There's another big bid. On. Are we going to pull back some more? 23, 23, 22. And a little higher. All right, let's come back out. Let's give it a sec. Can we see that pullback? High's at 33. If not, maybe it wants a new high. Come on. People are still holding for now. All that bid isn't going to last. 10,000 shares filled really quickly. Low of the last was 23, 12. Was the last low. There it is again. I didn't insta buy it. Wanted to make sure it wasn't a panic flush all the way back down. But not bad. If you're aggressive there, you're probably in at 15, 14, 12 on the bids. So far, so good. Really? It's actually much stronger than I'm even thinking it is. It's pretty good. Oh, 2, 30, 29. All right, looks like it needs some more. So it might come back down below 20. GDC Titanic. Yeah. So we got 21. It's pretty, this is a pretty low pullback here. Because we did make the new high to 50. It could just be rejecting, which is always a possibility. I don't know. Double bottom. I don't know if that's likely here. I'll be patient here towards these lows. Could be, but I'll wait. This thing actually caught me off guard here. I'm not gonna lie. Some of those trades, I mean, just it's just really ripped up nicely. Again, I don't trust this pullback, so I'm just waiting. There's 12 again. We'll see if it double bottoms right here in this area. It could even be backside. But what a beautiful GDC short to this point, right? If I had shares available, again, 950 was the area. And dollar a share risk, so far it'd be up $1 a share. Or is it down $1 a share, however you say it. And can we get back below VWAP at 780? We're at 664, 670. 780 would be a nice area to at least take off some. Or, I mean, you could even take off a quarter here. I mean, it just depends on how you want to handle it. I usually sell early. Man, day, what a day. This is a day for me to be up 4 grand, I think, again, like that last time. That's to me the type of opportunities that we had here. Mm-mm-mm. too many mistakes for one day. I do use hotkeys. Uh, Not a lot though, just a few. I also use my mouse to sell sometimes. It looks like we had a lot of covering on GDC right there at 840. Is this a reshort or is it on to something here? The volume going up is pretty light. I'm leaning more towards an add, but I don't know if I would be adding in a short trade. If it can rip through the highs, it can cut. It can get, it can catch short sellers off guard if it rips through like 950. But I don't think that'll happen. If it does, I'd be ready to go long though. That's for sure. Oh, oh, oh. Is it on to something here? I still want to see more buying, more covering. Cover, cover. Somebody's a hidden seller there, 43. Okay, we're gonna break. It seems like it's running out of steam. Yep, to the depths. Valiant attempt. 33. It feels like it's running out of steam. It needed to be quick, right into a halt up. Anything now could be a false breakout. I'll size down. GDC. This other one I think is on the backside. GDC also backside, but we're seeing here, watching here to see if we can get a short squeeze and maybe something at the highs again. Man. You know, tomorrow I hope we get some nice momentum again. Uh, tomorrow, tomorrow I'll be ready. I'll be ready to go. I can already feel it. I can already see it. Another good day upon us. Yeah, this is taking too long here, so you know it's probably will fade back down again. When this type of thing happens, because down here I think it's majority short sellers covering is why it's even bouncing up. People who are short a dollar share win. They're covering, 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 and then right here some buying starts to actually get in. So it needs to immediately just rip through and then have more people who are short higher cover. And then once 50 breaks and we can go into that halt level, right, you know, they're wetting their beds. That's what's happening. And then it's over. And then we actually get a new high of day. Unless some big firm or something decides, you know, we're going to short it up high at 1060 for a double top. Should get a new high of day in that type of situation. And there was a small hidden seller 44, 45, but not too big. I think we just ran out of buying at the highs right there. But we'll see, right? I mean, maybe it can still try again, but back on the sidelines for now. Pablo, there are days where we're wishing we can get stocks like this. When it's slow, the most we get is what happened here in the first 30 minutes to 10 a.m. and then the stock sells off. Red candles the rest of the day. We also have days where we're fighting for 2 cents on a breakout trade. Like this right now is a luxury. What we're seeing right now is luxury. Like, this thing went from a low of 640 to a high of 1047. $4 a share. It's up 107%. That's not including pre-market, where it started from like 450, 480. So this is some incredible momentum that we're seeing here. We have to capitalize, and this is what I always say. For those people who are already consistently profitable, this is where we want to try and push it. For those of us who are going through the learning curve and trying to get to profitability, we still take it slow. We don't rush the process. Doing that is only going to hurt you in the long run. But slow and steady, and then when you get to the other side, these are the type of markets you want to try and capitalize on. So right now, you're just going to try and build experience. Build the experience, because when it gets slow after this same stuff will happen again in what, 3-4 months, or whatever long it takes. It'll come back again. It's just how it goes. Hot, cold, hot, cold. But I think it's been hot. If you ask me, I think it's been steady, man, since like December of last year. It's been real steady. Does that mean we'll see a drought of some sort? I don't know. Um, it's hard to tell because we do hear that we're in a bear market, right, in terms of the overall economy, like talks of recession. We've seen better days than these days. But what we're seeing right now is really, I'd say, close to the hottest things we've ever seen, right? It's not AMC GameStop, but for example, yesterday the stock went from like $8 to $50. What more do we need than that on a day? you know? So it's been real crazy, man. And hopefully it stays like this for some time. I mean, it'll only be good for all of us, right? Understanding how to trade this type of momentum. Mm-mm-mm. Relentless trader. GDC, I think for everybody who does well with this type of trading that I do, this momentum style of trading, it all came down to GDC. And did you lose your confidence early on GDC if you got caught in those big red candles? Because if you're pushing size and you got caught on two of those, we saw like $2 a share drop, or like $1 a share drop, I believe, earlier. If you get caught in like two of those, it puts you back. You got to try and fight your way out. And so the main thing is having the confidence right here once we do finally pull away. And I had the perfect trade idea, which was to let this area go, make sure we don't see a big red candle right away. Like, good confirmation here, but just kind of did a poor job with my execution on the way up. It does frustrate me because I saw all the entries as clear as day. You know, it sometimes it makes me want to go mad. But going mad is only going to make me perform even worse. Like, I saw the entries as clear as day. Just needed to be a little bit more confident in the areas. Unbelievable. It's really it's unacceptable for my standards. It really is. Like, when we got into that halt, I should have already been way back green. Like, mm-mm-mm. Relentless trader. Probably be good to create like a live workshop out of this one and just talk about where I was looking at for the entries for the students. Be pretty good. Just kind of going through the thought process. Because other than that, it's just, if you're confident to hit the buy button there, it just then comes down to how much you want to risk. If you're aiming for, let's say, $100 trade or something like that, then maybe you're using 100 shares, let's say 200 shares, right? Because from $8, the high of the day was at 8.50. If you're aiming for $100, maybe you're using 300 shares, 200 shares. You make 50 cents. There's your trade, right? There's the profit target. Like the amount of money that could be made. I mean, the amount of money that could be made is really ridiculous here. I could essentially, put out 5,000 shares in every single one of those areas, and then start having $15,000 days. You know, that is there. It is there for those of us willing to take the risk. It's more than there. It's there every day on these type of stocks. So, I always tell the people it's not a secret, if you see someone have a $50,000 day, it's just that they were willing to take 10,000 shares in those areas, understanding that they might lose 3, 4K on the drop, right? I'm looking to make 5,000 on this trade, but I'm looking to, if it does go against me, my risk, I'm willing to take a 20-cent loss, two grand, 10,000 shares. It's the same thing, right? But you just keeping the confidence, trusting the entries you know and love, all the things I said in the opening statements, being courageous, not being too fearful, stuff like that. You'll have red days, but if you're consistently profitable, you'll be seeing more green than red. But it does get to a point where it's hard to scale. Let's say you're trying to take 30, 40, 50,000 every time. If it's not on a consolidation, it could be tricky. We see how fast the stocks are moving up and down. You'll definitely need a broker like, Lightspeed, Centerpoint, something like that, direct access routing. But if you're confident in the breakout that it's going to go, I mean, nobody's stopping you from taking 20,000 shares at the highs. We've seen that stuff all the time, right? But that's what it comes down to. So there's no secrets. If anybody thinks that there's secrets, then you're not understanding it properly. So it's why in MMU we teach all these patterns each and every day, right? These are the patterns that we trade, and the routine is the same. We start off with Momo Pro, we make the trend lines, we then from there we come into the open. We're trying to see, and what the trend line really does, right? It's a pocket, right? It's like, okay, we have a room to potentially go to this area, then this area, until you ask yourself, is it coincidence that the stock came so close to 1064 and then it's done? This trend line is there even before the open, before the stock even gets close. It's the first daily level we have where it's like, that's the last area the stock curled up and had trouble. If we go back to May 3rd of this month, actually, a few weeks ago, we went from 455 to 1064. And today, pretty similarly, right? We went to 1049, running into that candle and then titanicking. So the routine is the same. You just have to, at that point, once you look at the patterns, the edges, and the examples that are there, it's a matter of building experience, right? You start to look at the level 2, and Marcelo and I were posting our level 2 data every day. So if you really go through and you study this stuff, it is there, and there's so much room, right? Like some people don't share their strategy because they're afraid that it's going to be too many people in one area, like it's going to become too competitive. With how I see this, like, I mean, like 1,000 more people easily, 5,000 more people easily, like easily, it wouldn't even be noticeable, can come and take these same entries. We talk about scaling in on the low of a pullback. The stock is sometimes consolidating for 10 minutes in the low to pullback. And through those 10 minutes, we had what, 5 million shares of volume, right? I mean, who's stopping anybody from buying, right? Everybody can buy if they want to. So it's like there's just so much liquidity. There's so much opportunity, right? It's really ridiculous. The opportunities, right now for me are limitless. You know, so we'll continue to progress day by day. It's not going to stop until I want it to, or until we hit the ceiling of liquidity. That's the only way we stop progressing, right? So we'll be here again tomorrow, same time. So this is a good place to shut it down. It's been a nice speech. So, hopefully that motivates a few people to keep going, right? It's not easy. It's not easy. But once you see it, you'll never unsee it. Unless something on the back end changes drastically, and we have to approach trading in a whole totally different way. Like, unless something like that kind of happens, once you see it, you'll never unsee it. It'll always be there. It'll come and go because the market will get cold. And in those cycles, we size down, we take less trades, and even if we just go sideways, the goal is not to be big red. We just go sideways, even if you're red, just small red. And then once it gets like this again, you're back up again. And then it never stops, until it's been since 2017 I started. That's just how it's been since then. Unless again something major just changes, so we'll be back again tomorrow. All right. So we have to continue to be disciplined. We have to continue to put in the work, study up, review. Sometimes when I study, I'm cringing, and I'm going to be cringing again tonight after I watch back this video, unfortunately. But that'll only make me better for tomorrow. So yeah, stay safe, stay green, keep at it. And I'm going to upload this here for the students, and I am out of here. So I appreciate everyone hitting the thumbs up. 200 likes is definitely the best we've done in a long time. So yeah, I appreciate it, everyone tuning in. If you're going to go the distance, continue to trade smart, continue to trade setups. And if you do have a red day, don't beat yourself up too much. We did have a very, very rough start to the day. PHIO went up and then went right back down. GDC up and down, up and down, up and down. It's just like if you hit max loss super early and you weren't able to capitalize on the later momentum, sometimes that's just how it goes. The stock is looking good 1 minute and then the next it's back down. So we just got to, continue to stay disciplined, try to manage the risk as best as possible. And sometimes it really is like the Matrix here. Like we're trying to dodge the flushes. Like the flushes, man. The flushes, if we can just, have a world without flushes, which is why some people prefer large caps, we really could see much more consistency. So, we got to avoid the flushes as best as we can. And hopefully we can see some consistency in the markets. So yeah, stay safe, stay green. I am heading out. I'll catch you guys tomorrow 9:15 a.m. for another beautiful day. All right, take it easy. Like